Hi, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I was sat at my desk having a little play with the Remember collection by Simple Stories. And I've had a few comments lately on my Instagram and Facebook, people asking if I'll be making process videos again and saying they miss them, which is really nice and heartwarming. And I thought that as I had a plan in mind for this layout and the direction I wanted it to go, I thought I'd turn the camera on and just see where we ended up. So it's been a long time since I made a process video, several months. So it's the first one in a while, so I'm a little bit fingers and thumbs. The camera just made me really nervous for some reason. So bear with me, but yeah, I am hoping to get back in it a little bit more. It's just finding the time, really. Life is very busy at the moment, so hopefully over the summer I'll have a little bit more time and can get back into it properly. But yeah, this is the Remember collection by Simple Stories. It's absolutely stunning. I'd go as far as to say it's my favourite collection by Simple Stories so far this year. It's really beautiful. I love everything about it. The colour scheme, the patterns, the sentiments. It's perfect for documenting memories and photos of loved ones that you've lost, or even pets you could do. Loads of lovely sentiments for that. But I've actually made 3 or 4 layouts with it now, and I haven't documented any sort of loss with it. I've just used it to document photos of my little boy or my family, which has been really nice actually. It just goes to show how versatile the collection is. So with this layout, I've cut 3 strips of patterned papers. They are 2 inches wide by 4.5 inches long, and I've kind of staggered them centrally in the page. And then I've also cut my photo to the same size and added that as kind of a 4th strip. I've gone a little bit brave, and I'm actually using a patterned paper for my background. You can't see the detailing, I don't think, from this angle, but you'll see in the close-ups at the end. It's a lovely patterned paper, really subtle, and almost works as a solid, so really nice for a background. And I just loved the colour and how it matched the colours in the patterned paper strips and my photo. So I've got that stuck down. I've then stuck my title down, which is one of the foam stickers. I love these, probably my favourite product from Simple Stories. I always love the fonts they use, always really pretty, especially the scripty ones like this one here, so it's my favourite. So I've got that in place. I've figured out I'm going to have 2 clusters, sort of diagonal corners. And then just after I'd stuck a lot of it down, I decided I wanted to add some stenciling. So this is a stencil by Simple Stories, and it's gorgeous little florals. And I just had to play with a few distress oxides to see which colour would work best. I wanted something similar to the background colour, but bold enough that it would stand out. And I think in the end I went for forest moss. So I've just added a little bit of that stenciling there. And I actually come back in a bit later and add some more stenciling. So you'll see at the end, I lift the layout up to kind of give you a close-up of everything. And because this is a patterned paper and not a cardstock, it is a little bit thinner. And as I lift the layout up, I could see the leafy pattern on the patterned paper on the reverse shining through. And I actually thought it looked really nice. So I dug through my stash and found a stencil that had a leafy design on it. And then I added some of that in the corners. So I didn't do that on video. It was kind of like an afterthought. But you'll see in the close-ups that I've added on that stenciling in the corners. And then I just finished that off using the new Simple Stories doily stencil as well, a little bit of detail from that. So then embellishing the layout, and like I said, I'm going to have these 2 clusters going diagonally through the design. I've used some of the floral pieces from the floral bits and pieces. These die cuts are beautiful, and I'm really lucky that I've got 2 packs of these, so I was really spoilt for choice. So I've kind of gone for some that match, and they also match in the photo. My little boy stood outside a restaurant, and they had a bicycle, and it was adorned with loads of gorgeous sort of dusky pink florals. It was really pretty. Unfortunately, the way I've cut my photo, I've cut most of the florals off. You can still see a few just on the left of the photo, but those die cuts matched really nicely. So I selected a few of those, and I've raised those up on foam pads in the corners. Then I've stuck another of the foam stickers down in the bottom right on top, and then I've just built little tiny clusters around that using some of the smaller florals. I'm now coming in with a few of the leaves as well. A couple of butterflies, those are from the same bits and pieces pack. They did have a white border around the edge, and normally I would add a white border to my photo to help it pop off the page. But because there wasn't a lot of white on this layout and I hadn't used white for a background, I didn't want to have that border, and I didn't have it on the other 3 bits of patterned paper, so I thought it would look a bit odd. So because I didn't have that, I then didn't want the white border on the butterflies, so I've just fussy cut that off and then added those butterflies just to the opposing corners from my floral clusters. And then I had a quick flick through the collection, just looking for small pieces really that would work. And I found this sticker on the cardstock stickers, got a lovely little heart on it. And I'm just adding that above my photo. So I moved my butterfly over a little bit. And I wanted some little phrases to stick underneath my title. And there's a whole sheet of them in the sticker book, which is fantastic. But I couldn't find any that would work for my photo and the story behind it. So I went back to the cardstock stickers and found 2 that were perfect. And I can't remember off the top of my head what they say now. And when I do my process video editing, the screen I see the video in is really tiny, so I can't read them, but you'll see in the close-ups what they say. But I've raised those up on a strip of foam, just because the title, being one of those foam stickers, is quite dimensional as well. So I've raised those up. I've added in, or if I haven't yet, I will add in a couple of the decorative brads. I love those. They are adhesive, so you don't need to pierce a hole or anything. So I've added 2 of those, and then I've added just a couple of enamel dots to finish off. And there is the finished layout, and you can see there that stenciling I was talking about in the corners. And it was just by chance that I could see that leafy bit through the pattern paper and saw that and thought, oh, that's a good idea. So that inspired me just to go ahead and do that stenciling. I would never have thought of it otherwise. So yeah, it was a happy occasion. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. Thank you for all your lovely comments telling me how much you miss my videos. I do always read them and think, oh, I must get back into it. But it's just finding the time. But as I had a plan for this layout, I thought it'd be the perfect time to just have a little play with the camera, and it actually worked out okay. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.